Okay, so today I want to share with you guys how to strategically pay down your credit card bills in a way that will boost your credit scores. Now, if you want to be in the 800 club, you don't want to miss this. So, now this strategy, if you don't already know it, it's probably going to blow your mind, but either way, it's going to help you out tremendously and hopefully take some of the fear away about swiping your credit card. So whether you have a credit card with a $500 limit or a $5,000 credit limit, you really can use as much of it as you like, as long as you can pay it off or pay it down tremendously before the statement closing date. Yes, I said it, statement closing date. So your statement closing date is going to tell you when the bank is going to send your information of what your balance is over to the credit bureau. So your statement closing date is extremely important in you toggling how to use your credit cards and how to pay them off in ways that it won't hurt your credit, but that it'll only build your credit. So figuring out when your statement closing date is detrimental to building your credit and learning how to toggle those credit card balances. So what you want to do is you want to pull up your statement, your credit card statement, right? So I'm showing you a credit card statement here with Navy Federal Credit Union, and you'll see I have a red line under where it says statement closing date. So as you can see, the closing date on this statement is 4/10/2022. So this is the day that Navy Federal Credit Union sends over your monthly information over to the credit bureaus, meaning your balance. So with that being said, the key to strategically using and paying off your credit cards in ways that it won't hurt your credit score. Let's just say you have a credit card with a $3,000 credit limit on it with Navy Federal Credit Union. And let's just say for the month of April, you charged $2,600 to your credit card for your expenses, whatever they were, right? So what you want to do is keep an eye on your closing date being 4/10/2022 on this statement. Your closing date is never going to change. It's usually always going to stay the same. So you could just, get it in your head what your closing date is and just know that, hey, I have to have my bill paid before the closing date, not before the due date, because the closing date is always before the due date. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to pay that card down before the closing date. That's it, guys. That's the key. Paying these cards down before the closing date. That way the credit bureau never gets wind of you using $2,700 of your $3,000 line of credit. They never knew about it. So in their eyes, you're perfect. Like you're not using much of your credit limits on your credit cards. You're awesome. They never know that you've been using high utilization. So this is just a strategy that I wanted to share with those of you who may not know. Maybe you're new to using credit cards and maybe you just don't know. So I wanted to come on and share this with you just so you can kind of get a better idea about how to use your credit cards and how to pay them. And then hopefully this will kind of ease the anxiety about being afraid to swipe your cards and, how to make payments and when to make payments so they actually affect your credit. And so like if you've used the $2,700 on your $3,000 credit limit and you pay it a day after your closing date, guess what? The credit bureaus are going to know that you spent $2,700 on your $3,000 credit limit, and it's going to stay on your credit report for 31 days until your bank issuer reports something different on the next month. So I've been in that rut before. I hated it because I'm like, man, I missed the closing date. And this was kind of before I, got the knowledge of even how to do it. So you don't want to find yourself there. Keep an eye on your closing date, mark it in your calendar, set a reminder. Like I used to have to do all that stuff, so that I made sure that I stayed on task. So I want to show you guys real quick because not all credit card statements, of course, are alike. So I wanted to show you real quick, Capital One. So Capital One here, if you can see where I have the red line drawn, Capital One, they're not even necessarily, so Capital One, they're not even on, so in your Capital One statement, it doesn't even say that this is a closing date. So, but you want to see where the billing cycle is. So that's where you'd find your closing date at on Capital One. And of course, that always stays the same each month. So I hope this video helped someone. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps get the word out. And also, any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I always make sure that I answer every single question. Until the next video, bye.